The sun was setting over Port Royal, casting a golden glow across the bustling harbor. The cacophony of merchants hawking their wares, sailors laughing, and the raucous songs from the taverns filled the humid Caribbean air. No one knew that beneath their feet, the earth was already stirring. In 1692, Port Royal was the jewel of the Caribbean and the shame of the British Empire. It was said to be the richest and wickedest city in the New World. Among the throng moved a young man, Samuel Turner, the son of an English pastor, newly arrived on the island. He hadn't come seeking gold or debauchery, but the truth. His older brother, Thomas, had vanished in Port Royal 2 years earlier. Since then, not a single letter, not a sign of life. Samuel made his way to the Blue Parrot Tavern, notorious for hosting Morgan's men. The tavern was thick with smoke and packed to the rafters. Samuel approached the counter, searching for a friendly face. He noticed a young woman, a server with fiery red hair, weaving through the drunken crowd with the grace of a dancer. "Looking for someone, sir?" she asked, setting a mug before him. "My brother, Thomas Turner. He worked here, or for Captain Morgan." She hesitated, then lowered her voice. "Many young men disappear in Port Royal, but I remember him. He asked too many questions, like you. Do you know what happened to him? They say he got involved in something he shouldn't have. He was poking around a mysterious shipment that arrived at night. After that, no one saw him again." A burly sailor nearby shot the woman a dark look. He realized he was being watched. He left the tavern discreetly, determined to learn more about that shipment. Night fell on Port Royal. Samuel walked along the wharves, observing the comings and goings of ships. Suddenly, he saw the red-haired server waiting for him in the shadows of a narrow alley. "My name's Mary," she whispered. "If you value your life, you should leave this city. But if you truly want to know what happened to your brother, follow me." They walked to an abandoned warehouse. Thomas discovered that Captain Morgan was smuggling stolen Spanish artifacts, including a strange golden idol. People say it's cursed. Since it arrived, there have been deaths, accidents, and your brother vanished. Where is the idol now? In the governor's chest at Fort Charles, but there's more. Some say the earth itself rejects the cursed treasure. The next morning, Samuel decided to confront Morgan. He went to Fort Charles, pretending to request an audience. The governor, a massive man with piercing eyes, greeted him with a cold smile. "I'm looking for my brother, Thomas Turner. He disappeared after investigating a Spanish shipment." Morgan's face darkened. "Many people disappear here, Mr. Turner. This is no place for the faint of heart." Suddenly, the ground began to shake. The walls of the fort vibrated. Stones fell from the ceiling. A deep rumble rose from the earth. "An earthquake!" someone shouted. Panic seized the city. Streets cracked open, houses collapsed, ships were hurled onto the docks. Samuel ran for the exit, spotting Mary fleeing through the chaos. "Quick!" she cried. "The city is sinking!" The ground literally opened beneath their feet. Entire sections of Port Royal slid into the sea, swallowing houses, churches, and taverns. Samuel and Mary raced for higher ground, scrambling up the hillside. Behind them, the city vanished, devoured by the waves. Fort Charles crumbled, taking Morgan's chest and the cursed idol with it. Breathless, Samuel turned. Where Port Royal once stood, there was only a churning sea littered with debris. Days later, the survivors gathered on the hill. Mary tended the wounded. Samuel helped bury the dead. The richest city in the Caribbean was now just a memory. Samuel never found his brother. "Maybe the city paid for its sins," she murmured. Samuel nodded. He knew he'd never see his brother again, but he'd found something else. A reason to stay, to help rebuild, to turn the page. Years later, divers rediscovered the ruins of Port Royal, sunken beneath the waves. Among the wreckage, they found a golden idol, encrusted with coral. Some say that on certain nights, you can still hear the laughter of sailors and the songs of the taverns. As for Samuel Turner, he lived out his days on the island, becoming a storyteller. He told children the tale of the sunken city, the cursed treasure, and of love stronger than fear. And the sea, eternal, kept its secrets.